So last year, my family had gotten Hulu plus live TV, and basically the channels are pretty good. We get basically everything we want except for MSG, so my dad and I can't enjoy getting all worked up watching the Rangers make games more stressful than they need to be. Hashtag first world problems. Now, since 2005, Henrik Lundqvist has been the New York Rangers goalie, and while over the years there have been good backups, there has never really been any doubt that Lundqvist wasn't the man. I mean, he was always going to be the goalie. It's really only been these last four where he hasn't seen good production. I can talk about how Lundqvist's goals against average has gone up and his save percentage has dipped over these past four non-All-Star seasons. Let me get straight to the point. The New York Rangers in these past four seasons have been on a rebuild. Teams change, Lundqvist is getting older, production is just going to drop. It's what happens. Now, do I still think he can be counted on to win games? Yes. Just for another team next year, because, the Rangers have two pretty good goalies at the moment. Sorry, I'm getting late breaking news. Shocker on this channel. Rangers' new rookie phenom goalie, Igor Shesterkin, was in a car accident. Really? He's going to be out a couple weeks. I guess Lundqvist might get another shot at a win this year. Now, since dropping 3 straight from December 31st to January 4th, the Rangers are an astounding 14-6. And over an 82-game season, that's about 112 points. That's not even including any overtime losses. Actually, speaking of that, the Rangers only have 4 of those this year. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, they have 14. Those 10 points have the Jackets in that second wildcard seed right now. And you know what? That's just not fair. Currently, the NHL offers 2 points for a win, and if you lose in a shootout or overtime, you get 1 point. Honestly, I think it should be like baseball. Wins and losses. Screw the shootout. You should just play 10 minutes of regular overtime. After that, 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime, like they've been doing now. And then if it's still tied after that, what you got to do is you just have one-on-one. No goalie. You have one guy in one net, the other guy in the other net. Puck is dropped at center ice. Both guys will race out. First one to score a goal wins. However, to make sure you don't just have icing and chasing and get tired and you switch players, if you have 2 icings, you lose. Otherwise, first one to get a goal wins. I think that's pretty easy. That should probably take about a minute worth of stuff before someone makes a breakaway and gets a nice shot. Giving up unnecessary points just sort of clogs up the system. An example would be if you get 3 points for a regular win, 2 points for an overtime or shootout win, 1 point for an overtime or shootout loss. It's just sort of like how NASCAR gets sometimes, where people are just point racing. And you know what? It just makes it boring when you're just sort of playing keep away just so you can rack up extra points. Every game should count. Every win should count. Now, do I think the Rangers are good enough to win this year? No, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to win the Stanley Cup this year. They're not rebuilding, but they're just sort of getting out of that. They've got a good head coach in Quinn. The team's really clicking. Now, I am glad that the Rangers did keep Chris Kreider at this trade deadline. He's been one of my favorites since he was called up in the 2011-2012 playoffs. Now, onto the baseball side of things. It seems like James Paxton's going to come back near the end of May instead of mid-late June. So that's good news. Oh, wait, what? More late-breaking news on this channel? Okay. Luis Severino to have Tommy John surgery. Really? He's going to have Tommy John surgery? He was diagnosed with an arm injury when he was playing the Astros last year in the playoffs, and we're just getting this confirmation now that he needs Tommy John surgery after he's had multiple tests done on his arms. The Yankees spend a lot of money, and basically they don't spend it enough on proper doctors and machines to properly diagnose their players when they need to be. And you know what? It's getting really frustrating that a lot of these major injuries are coming up so late in the season. Severino should have had this Tommy John surgery months ago when he had the discomfort. They should have been able to check his arm out, get the surgery done. That way he's ready for spring 2021 instead of summer or even fall 2021. Yankee medical staff, get your act together. Valdemar, I'll probably text you later. Till then, peace out.